So before we get to the shit films coming out this weekend, I thought I'd treat myself by watching and reviewing some solid films first, starting with... Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and I'm here today to review the film Fences. So Fences is a very simple story about an average working man named Troy Maxson, his life with his family, and the metaphorical fences that he builds between them. Now this film is based off of the successful stage play of the same name by a man named August Wilson, and in fact stars many of the actors and actresses who were in the 2010 revival of said stage play, like Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, and the man who plays the mentally challenged brother of Denzel Washington's character, Troy Maxson. And I'm not gonna lie guys, I was really looking forward to seeing this film for quite some time now. I mean, come on. It has Denzel Washington and Viola Davis in the lead roles. Two incredible performers. How can I not be excited to see this film? And I'm actually doing this review at the behest of my own father, who asked me to go watch it and to give my opinion. So Dad, if you're watching this, I hope you enjoy the review because we're about to get into it. So I saw the film, and what do I think about it? Well, let's get into it. If there's one phrase I could use that perfectly describes my feelings for Fences, it would be too real for me. And I honestly mean that. As many, if not all of the characters, the situations that they get into, and their interactions among themselves have been things that I have seen and experienced in my own life. It was raw, it was visceral, and it hit me where I lived. And that's all contributed to the fantastic down-to-earth writing of August Wilson and the natural powerhouse performances from each of the actors and actresses, most specifically Denzel Washington and Viola Davis, which shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, as these two are just masters at the craft of acting. They brought their characters to life and made them feel so organic, so real. In fact, I didn't even see the actors, I saw their characters. These were actually real people to me, and it's because of their visceral performances. I just loved their acting. They brought their A game and they brought it hard. What truly struck a chord with me, which honestly the entire film resonated with me, as like I mentioned previously, many of the scenes and scenarios presented in the film I have either experienced or have witnessed firsthand in my own life, and many of the characters in the film remind me so much of my own relatives, most specifically on my dad's side of the family. But the one element of the film that really stood out to me and kind of made me feel uncomfortable and make me say, okay film, now you're just getting a bit too real for me to handle, was the relationship and volatile interactions between Troy and his son, which I won't lie, reminded me so much of my own relationship with my father and how volatile that got. It nearly mirrored our relationship to an eerie degree. Like, they perfectly capture it. They perfectly capture this clash of ideology, this clash of personality with Troy and his son. And the son is trying to prove himself to the father and say, hey, I can be a man and, I can prove my worth. And the father's like, no, you live in my house, you're gonna follow my rules. And you just see this constant clash, which honestly, in my opinion, was the most fascinating clash, the most fascinating conflict in the entire film, and one that, again, that I truly related to. I was just sitting in the film like, oh, I remember this. And the characters are so organic. They feel like real people facing real conflicts. Everything about them felt natural. And I love how they capture these simplistic people with very complex emotional turmoil. Now, there's very few issues to be found in Fences, but I do have a few. The biggest issue I found with the film is that it does drag on for a bit too long. The film is 2 hours and 13 minutes long, and in my honest opinion, it didn't need to be 2 hours and 13 minutes long. It could have worked well as an hour and 40-minute long film, and it still would have been great. In fact, they could have condensed a lot of the scenes in the film down. Like the beginning of the film could have easily been condensed, and the end of the film could have easily been condensed. And speaking of the end of the film was a bit too sappy and preachy for a film that was being very realistic for most of it. That ending just kind of felt a bit out of place, in my opinion. And the last issue I found pertains to Denzel Washington's direction with the camera. Now, I'm not saying that it's bad per se, and I do feel like him and the director of photography purposely framed all the shots to make it feel as if it is a stage play, and if that was the intention, they pulled it off in flying colors. But by doing so, there's not really a unique flair to the direction. It comes off as very static and lifeless and dull looking, and it kind of takes away from the performances that are on screen, which are really good, but because the direction of the camera is kind of weak, it detracts from it, at least for me. It would have been really neat to see him use a unique directorial style when framing the shots, but it was nowhere to be seen. But besides those small petty issues, overall Fences is a fantastic film with some excellent writing and phenomenal performances. Those alone carry this film and make it one hell of a film that I definitely recommend that you all go see. But as always, guys, I'm not the end-all be-all opinion when it comes to Fences. I would love to know what you guys thought about the film as well. Did you absolutely adore it? Was it way too real for you as well? Or did you find it really bland and dull and you just couldn't get into it and there's way too much drama? And let me know, what is a film that you saw that felt way too real for you? Comment below, let me know, and stay tuned. A bunch of movie reviews are coming your way. Later on today, you might be getting a review for Silence, and then later on this week, I will be reviewing Monster Trucks and Bye Bye Man. Not looking forward to those films whatsoever. But until those videos come, guys, if you'd like to support the Black Critic Guy just a smidge more, why not donate to my Patreon account? Link is in the description. And if you'd like to send me a fan letter, send it to this P.O. Box right up here. And if you'd like to be a part of the Black Critic crew, not miss out on a single awesome video on this channel, please hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony II, the realest person known as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.